Hey, how's it going? It's Devin with Devin's Card House. It's been too long. I've been gone. Where have I been? I'll talk about it at the end of this episode. For those of you who are interested in the interpersonal goings-ons of Devin, I will let you know here at the end. But first off, I wanted to talk real quick about big changes going on at Wizards of the Coast. And I know I'm late to this because obviously I'll get to that at the end of the video, why I'm late to this. But huge news, and that Cynthia Williams has stepped down from being president of Wizards of the Coast. So big changes going on at Wizards, and a lot of speculation going on as to what this means for Wizards of the Coast, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons. Does this validate a lot of people's concerns? Does this validate a lot of people's unconcerns that everything is hunky-dory and everything's great? So there's no specific reason, and we're never going to really know. Most likely, nobody's going to come out and really tell us exactly why Cynthia Williams has stepped down. This is something that we have to infer from little hints, little things that we gather from the information that's given to us. So what we do know is that there wasn't there's no predecessor. There's no somebody who is going to swoop in and take the role up from Cynthia. Hasbro, Wizards of the Coast, is still on the search, on the hunt for a new president. So us knowing that they didn't have a president lined up makes us believe that this is obviously something that happened kind of out of the blue. Hasbro wasn't planning it. Wizards of the Coast wasn't planning it. Was Cynthia planning it? And what's her reasoning? What's going on here? So we do know that the quarterly earnings report, it's coming out tomorrow or the day after that. And I can't recall. It's one of the 2 days. It's coming out very soon. And her news of stepping down is just basically a week before earnings comes out. So that's a good tell right there as to what might be going on. But at the same time, there's a lot of analysts talking, and a lot of analysts on Wall Street who are saying that they actually have pretty good predictions for Wizards of the Coast earnings this quarter are actually going to be pretty good. But, you know, for those of us on the inside who actually play the game, I think the analysts might be missing what's going on with Murders of Karlov Manor, what's going on with Thunder Junction, although the sales for Thunder Junction are good. I'm not even sure they're not even going to be on this report anyways. But basically, the last few sets have kind of had some issues. Is this going to affect the reports? We're going to see. And is that the reasoning that Cynthia could have stepped down? We will find out here pretty soon. So that'll be another video to talk about exactly if is this what happened. But, you know, I have other theories of my own here. You know, being the president of Wizards of the Coast comes with a lot of, it's very public. It's in your face. How many people do you know who, if you watch these kinds of YouTube videos, are you on here and you're watching them and they're talking about Cynthia Williams? They're bringing up her fireside chats, talking about looking at Wikipedia because she doesn't know what Magic the Gathering is. You think that if she does watch any of this stuff and all the criticism that she's getting, there's a lot of personal attacks that are coming at her. So maybe she doesn't want to deal with that. But I'm not saying that's the case. I would want to deal with that. If you're giving me millions of dollars to deal with that kind of criticism, that I had to look at Wikipedia and people making fun of me, go ahead, and I think I'd be able to handle that. But you never know what some people, you know, some people don't want to deal with that at all. So it's very likely it could be something like that. Also, you know, it just things aren't going the way how she's dealing with other leadership, how she's getting along with Chris Cox, you know. And my biggest theory and my best bet here is that these earnings are not going to be very good. We're going to see projections for Hasbro being lowered even more, and someone needs to fall on the sword. And my guess here is Cynthia is doing that. She's falling on the sword. She's taking the hit that's going to buy them another quarter to get by. So, you know, as the quarters before, they did massive layoffs. There's a lot of talk of how things are going to be better in the future. They're cutting the fat with the sale of their entertainment film company. You know, they took massive losses on that. But here, with the layoffs, it's them turning the ship around. And this could be another sacrifice to shareholders in order for them to give Chris and the team a little more time to turn things around. And of course, when you go online and you read the different corners of the internet, some people, you know, it's funny because you'll see everybody kind of validating their own feelings of how to feel about this and what this means. And of course, however you feel, this is a way for you to validate your feelings. So it's funny because I was reading some things. It's like, why would she ever step down? It's the best time in Magic history. And, if you look at just the sales numbers and the revenue, like this is the second best selling year, or at least last year was the second best selling year of all time. So you have to say that that's a win for Cynthia and Chris Cox. And there's no way for someone like me who I don't really like the direction of how things are going, but there's no way I can say like, oh, they're making all time record sales. I'm going to have to like eat some humble pie there and be like, okay, even though I don't agree with what's going on, they're obviously making good sales there. But it's also, there's a very interesting economic function or universe, or what are we saying here? The economy of how this works, basically distributors buying the product regardless of what they make. That's always going to be, I've always wondered how that works, because it's not really necessary the sales that they're getting from customers face to face. Wizards of the Coast is selling to distributors, and distributors are taking that hit. And I'm wondering what's going on behind the scenes, because everyone knows back in the day that distributors would buy pallets and pallets of this and keep a couple pallets stored in the back, because they knew that the prices of these boxes typically tend to rise over time. But as we're seeing here with the new, 5 to 10 year product lines, when we look at, War of the Spark or anything past the War of the Spark, basically everything has had very, very small, low growth. Nothing has shot up to, we haven't had any Eldritch Moons. We haven't had any Kaladeshes. We haven't had any, boxes, if you go back further, that, get up into the thousands, we haven't seen a $300 box from this era. So basically, if you were sitting on boxes, you're sitting on kind of a dead investment. And so if distributors are no longer buying that extra product, what does that mean for Wizards of the Coast? So there's a lot of things to consider here, especially, there's different things with Secret Layers and Universes Beyond and how it's all working. So it's all how everyone wants to interpret it. So we'll see. Actually, I think the best bet to see how what really happened here is who is going to take over for Cynthia here in the future. And my hope is, I hope we get somebody with some old school, somebody who still wants to push for, high revenues and high profits, and Wizards should make money. I'm for this capitalist society here, and Wizards getting their cut, but somebody who's going to guide the ship in a little more conservative route. And let's get rid of some of this Fortnite bullshit. Let's get rid of the Fortnitification of Magic the Gathering. Let's pull back onto that a little bit. Let's go a little back to the old school. I want some old school gamer person in here. But, with however this goes, I think it's going to be good either way. If we get somebody who gets in here and continues the Fortnitification of Magic, I'm all for the acceleration of this going completely to shit. So if they want to accelerate it to it going to shit, that'd be fine. Or if they want to start making some changes to get things back on track, at least for me, I know everybody out there loves Magic, so besides myself, so anyways, very interesting. So we're going to have to look forward to see who comes on board to take over for Cynthia, and then maybe we can get a better idea, because if they just are kind of the same and they're pushing things the same, then we'll see from there. And also, Cynthia was only in the position for about 2 years, and so to really think about what she got in here, what she was able to accomplish, we're most likely not, we're probably seeing the ramifications of the era of Cynthia Williams is kind of happening right now. It takes about 2 years to get a product going. There's a kind of just from her entering, she can't take credit for everything before that. She can't take credit for everything going on. It kind of takes a little bit for you to get your the rule that Cynthia wants to put out and how she's going to run the company. It's not really going to take effect till about right now. So we'll see in these upcoming years and how everything goes. This will actually be living in the Cynthia Williams era. We're going to be living in it right now. So it's very interesting. We'll see how these next 2 years go. We'll also see if someone comes in and tries to make any changes when they get in here to check things out. So very interested to see what happens here in the future. So big changes for Magic, big changes for Wizards of the Coast. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you excited? Are you happy the way things are? Do you want things to change like me? Let me know. It's a great way to discuss. So now we're going to get onto personal Devin stuff. So I know, like the last video I got on here, I was like, you know what, guys, I'm making a strong commitment. I'm going to be on here every day. I know I've had some problems making videos, but what happened? So that week, basically, I went on vacation with my family and I was gone for a week. I had taken my video equipment and I was planning on making videos. I actually did make a video with my nephews that I am still planning on posting for you guys. It's a family video. It's not going to be a public one. I don't know what the rules are for posting videos of kids and stuff. So I don't want to. Anyways, you guys will see my nephews. You guys will see the video that we've made here shortly. I will get it up. But anyway, so I was out for a week and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to get back to it next week. I'm just going to take a week off. No big deal. I'm sure everyone's going to understand. And then that Monday, I got so sick, like so unbelievably sick. I was bedridden for 3 days, basically. I had to force myself to get work done and do some stuff that I had to do. But besides that, I was in my bed just resting. And it hurt. It was very depressing. It sucked really bad. This has just been a really bad year for me getting sick. I believe just because my little girl is in daycare. And I think I'm getting some of those little girl bugs, stomach bugs and things like that. So hopefully I don't get sick like that again. This is probably like my second or third time getting sick like that this year. And that usually doesn't happen to me. It's usually like maybe every other year I'll get like a bad stomach bug like that. So dealing with it as much as I had this year is very frustrating, especially when I'm trying to start this YouTube thing. So I think this is a fresh start. I also got to think a lot like, what do I want this channel to be? What am I trying to do here? I think it is a little frustrating, I think, as I have made these videos and kind of like talk about different TCGs and things like that. I think it's not good for the channel in that lots of people hate other TCGs. Like people hate Magic, or they hate Lorcana, or they hate Sorcery, or they hate so when they come, so it's hard to make a channel like about a bunch of different TCGs, because then you just piss off a bunch of people who hate other TCGs. There's just the fanboy mentality is not something I understand, but I know it's very prevalent here in the TCG world, so I have to be aware of that. So I'm still trying to think about like what to do, but I've had a lot of time off to think about it. But I was thinking, I don't know, I still have to continue on with these videos, even though I'm making them that it's a little different. I think I would have way more success if I just stuck to one TCG and really dove into that, but I just don't. That's just not me, and that's not what I'm interested in. So I like talking about all these other TCGs and stuff. So I think it's going to be a slow, steady progression, and even though I'm not going to be as successful just making what I want to make, I think it's more important to do what I want to do, so I'm happy making the channel, right? So that's kind of what it makes sense to me. And I've also thought, like, so what can I improve here, you know, since I don't have time to do a lot of editing, I don't have a lot of time to do a lot of stuff. It's just I really have to focus on making these videos more presentable by how I get my ideas across to the camera, and I'm hoping that over time I'm able to do that better. I say and the less, and I'm able to be a better communicator. So that's what I'm trying to work on here with the videos and whatnot. So just some thoughts I had when I was away, when I was trying to think of the channel. So let me know what you think about the channel and how it should go and all that. So anyways, I'm happy to get back on here after a 2-week hiatus and to make a video for you all. It's been too long. I was getting down on myself about it, but I can't do that. I have to get back up. I have to pick the dust myself off, get back in the stride of things, and get in the groove and start making these videos again. So here's my first humble pie video about something that is days and days old. So anyways, let me know what you think about Cynthia Williams, about the channel, about whatever. I'm sure I'm going to be back on here soon to talk about the quarterly report and see if that shine some more light on this topic itself. So we'll talk about that soon, and I'm excited to talk about that. So anyways, I want to say thank you to my patrons, and I'm sorry guys for not making a video for 2 weeks. That sucks. I'm gonna have to make another video for the Patreon. It'll be put up here really shortly, so you'll get a Patreon video coming. And then I want to say thank you to my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you to my viewers just for watching me be an idiot. That's always a great time, so I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Anyways, I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you later, okay? Bye-bye.
Governor Jesse Ventura, to send you, Devin, a little bit of a message, my friend. You need to quit slacking. You, I heard lately, have been skipping your workouts. What's going on, my man? You want to turn into a little fat porker?